The Democratic primary for Texas governor is expanding. Former Houston Congressman Chris Bell recently joined the race and will square off against entrepreneur Andrew White of Houston, who ran in 2018, and State Representative Gina Hinojosa of Austin. I went one-on-one with Bell and asked him why he's running again. 20 years ago, he became the Democratic nominee for governor when he challenged Rick Perry.
I'm running because I feel like Texas is headed in the wrong direction and has been for some time, and I've paid very close attention to the last legislative session. Education has always probably been the #1 issue for me, and improving public schools. And I've also have spent a lot of time studying choice within the school system, and I'm a big backer of public choice, meaning being able to move your child from a non-performing school to a higher performing school within the public school district. But trying to get kids out of public school and move them over to private school, I think, is a step in the wrong direction, and I think it will continue moving in that direction. It worries me greatly that some of the people backing that have said publicly that they would like to see Texas become a theocracy at some point. And I really think that Greg Abbott has worn out his welcome.
Why do you think you are the best Democrat in this race?
First and foremost, I think Democrats should elect someone in the primary that can beat Greg Abbott, and I think I'm that individual.
Why?
My political makeup, I'm moderate, center-left, socially progressive, fiscally conservative, and I think that's exactly the type of candidate that the people of Texas are looking for. I think there are a lot of disaffected Republicans right now, certainly a lot of independents, that want an alternative that they'll feel comfortable with. And I think that's been the big mistake of the Democratic Party in recent years, not really offering those disaffected Republicans and independents a better place to turn. The Democratic Party just kept going further and further left, and at a time when I felt like they should moderate.
What are your top priorities if you are elected?
Education, corruption, affordability, but along with affordability, livability and opportunity. It bothers me greatly that we have the 8th largest economy in the world, state of Texas, not just in the country, but in the entire world. And to have a state that rich and be the most financially distressed state in the entire country, in a lot of ways, is unforgivable.
And talk to me about what you mean by that.
Well, it means the number of personal and commercial bankruptcies. It means the number of uninsured. Of course, we have more uninsured individuals than any other state. And to a certain degree, Texas is becoming sort of a battle between the haves and have-nots. And Texans have always been about lifting other people up and providing opportunity. And I think a lot of that can be accomplished through the education system and some other initiatives I'll be introducing during the campaign. But I think we are going to have to address those concerns and create a better life for those who are really struggling.
You talked about your opposition to the school choice, the model that was passed by the Texas legislature, taxpayer-funded savings accounts for students to go to private school. If you are a governor, would you seek to undo that?
I would certainly try, but I'm also quite aware that I will most likely be dealing with a Republican legislature. And another reason I think people should take a very strong look at my candidacy, I've always demonstrated an ability to work with the other side. So you pick your battles, obviously. But on the education front, I also think I'll be putting some ideas forth that we can all agree on.